Time for something spooky now as we look at the best vampire around. Yes, it's Mona the Vampire. The animated series based on the book of the same name. It first aired in Canada in 1999 till 2006. It lasted for 4 seasons with 130 different segments being produced. The show follows Mona Parker and her friends as she imagines herself as a vampire heroine who attempts to save the day whenever trouble is afoot. So now that we have the background, let's take a look at a couple of episodes. First up we have The Whirling Void. So Mom is watching a live report on a hurricane as Mona comes in and says she needs her costume sewed up as she then watches the report. The reporter gets blown away as the hurricane destroys the airwaves and changes the channel. Mona then asks her dad what a hurricane is as Dad doesn't know how to answer. Mona is stunned as Dad says hurricanes can suck up everything. Mona is amazed as Dad is then looking for his sock. Mom says her sunglasses are missing as well. Mona then tells Fang, her cat, that a hurricane is in town. So in bed Mona is making sense of everything as she then dreams up a sequence where one came out the back of a truck and took over the town. Mona says cool as at the pool she talks to some old man as she then jumps in. The old man then packs up as he takes Mona's towel by accident. Mona then comes out as she wonders where her towel is. She spots a note that the old man left behind. She is convinced there is a hurricane in town as at the park Mona is looking through the trash as Angela is asking what she is looking for as Charlie and Lily come to back her up. Mona says she is looking for a whirling void. Angela says she made that up as Mona then explains what one is. They ask why she is trying to catch one as Mona says they have her towel. She then dreams up what she thought what happened at the swimming pool. Angela says that isn't what happened as she explains it could have been a robber. Mona says that would never have happened. They get into an argument as Mona says they are gonna catch the hurricane first as Angela takes George as they go looking for the robber. Mona shows off the note as it is a sushi menu. So they head to the restaurant to investigate. They ask the owner as he explains some shoes went missing, but some different ones were left behind as Mona looks at them. Lily is confused as why they would swap shoes as Mona dreams up another sequence. The hurricane takes all the sushi in exchange for shoes. That is a very strange idea. So they ask Charlie what type of petal they found on the bottom of the shoe as he explains only one person grows these types of flowers. Mona says they are making real process as George is stuck on some wall. So Mona and the gang head to the old woman who grows the flowers. She says she hasn't seen anything because she was at a salsa fest. Mona says it must have been the hurricane. Charlie finds a pen as Lily says only one place in town sells those. They head to the pen shop as they ask the owner about it. He explains who he sold it to as Mona asks if anything strange happened when the man was here. The owner said someone else said their wallet went missing. Mona dreams up it was the hurricane. The owner found the wallet as he gives it to Mona as it reveals it was the old man. George is still stuck as Angela is trying to free him. The police then arrive as Angela explains they are looking for a towel. The officer says he saw the same towel leave this morning. He frees George as everyone starts rushing toward the old man's house as they start to harass the old man. Mona thinks the hurricane comes out of his hat as they dream up a silly sequence. The old man is confused as the policeman arrives as someone comes and gives the old man his glasses as he picked up the wrong ones earlier. He is wearing the wrong shoes as well. The police explains he isn't a robber. Mona says that is far-fetched as she believes it was still the hurricane. She walks off as a hurricane then takes the policeman's bike. The episode then ends. Next up we have the exchange student. So Mona is shouting as she is trying to speak to some aliens, but the TVs aren't working. Charles then pushes the button to move the satellite. So someone is watching some wrestling on the TV as the channel cuts out. Mona and Charles pick up the signal as the wrestler is talking about destroying everyone. They are scared as they get the wrong end of the stick. Charles turns it off as the guy gets his wrestling back. Mona says there is an alien invasion as she rides home and finds a hole. She starts using her imagination as she is convinced aliens are coming. Fang is confused as they ride home. So the next day some guys park their truck as they get ready for work. So at school Mona is telling Charles and Lily what she saw last night. She says to keep an eye out for unusual characters as they spot some strange British guy. So in class, they introduce the exchange student. Mona says to keep an eye on him. At lunch, they see the new student eating a lot as Mona says aliens eat 5 times their body weight. They watch him as he pulls out a spoon and starts eating. Mona says it is a communication device disguised as a spoon. They then dream him up as an alien as they says he is sneaky, creepy, and weird. At playtime they can't find him as he then appears behind them. He asks if they want to play cricket as they think he is an alien again. They think it's a weapon as they go to attack him. The teacher tells them off as Mona says they don't play cricket here. The teacher says they love to learn about cricket as the boy walks off explaining the rules. Lily says he must be making it up as he talks for quite a bit. Break is over as Mona says he must be from another planet. So school is out as the gang are walking home. Charles says he has to be stopped as Mona wants to know where he lives. Mona heads home as her parents say the school called. Mona thinks it is something she did at school as the parents then reveal the British kid is staying with them. Mona is stunned as they eat dinner together. He says it is like a whole different planet from where he came from. He pulls out his multi-tool as Mona thinks it is a weapon. But he then picks up some salad as he says he doesn't eat that where he comes from. So Mona is thinking as Mom asks if the visitor is still in the bathroom. Mona says he has been in there for hours. Mom says it has only been 10 minutes as Mona keeps thinking about alien stuff. He then comes out as he heads to bed. Mona is in bed as she dreams about her attacking the alien. Dad then finds her in the spare bedroom as she tries to explain what she is doing. Dad tells her to go back to bed. But then the boy wakes up and starts talking to his multi-tool. So the next day at breakfast, Mona says she is onto him as she knows he is an alien as he then says he knows she is a vampire. She then heads off as Mom says it is great they're getting along. Mona is frustrated as the gang are walking to school. Mona says the British boy knows her secret identity as they dream up the first wave of aliens. The robo-droids chase the gang as at school they dash in and see the kid on the computer. They imagine him as an alien once more as they get into a big fight. So they both crash out as Charles goes through his bag. He shows off everything as he explains it is his diary. They read his diary as they find out he is a good alien. He says he also has a secret identity and has come here to help Mona. He talks about the parking meters as Mona says she has seen them. They make up as they then work together to destroy the parking meters. The episode ends. Finally we have Flea Circus of Horrors. So at breakfast Mom says she is very tired as her scarf gets in Mona's food. She says she hasn't been able to sleep right. Mona then points out the marks on her neck as she says it must be from a vampire. Dad says he has a bite as well. Fang is itching away as Mona says she has one as well. Mom says it is fleas as Mona asks what are fleas. Mom phones the vets as Fang rushes off. So they leave the house as Dad says they should put on those flea bombs as Mom says that is a bad idea. Mona then thinks about the flea bomb as everyone has turned into fleas. So at school everyone is working away as Mona is itching away. Angela is confused on what she is doing as she pretends to dance. Mona is itching more and more as Angela shouts as the teacher tells Mona off. Angela says she has cooties as the teacher says she has to see the nurse. So at home, Dad is reading the note that the nurse has given him as he is embarrassed. He says he is getting the flea bombs out as Mona warns about the side effects as Dad ignores her as he picks up Fang and they head to the car. So Dad turns on the bomb as they then drive off. So they take Fang to the groomers as they then return home. Mona then thinks up that everything has side effects as they start walking towards Mona and her dad. Mona says it will be okay as she keep an eye out. All of a sudden a flea jumps back onto Fang as Mona comes out the closet as she tells Fang it is no time to sleep. They head downstairs to look out for mutants. Mona then dreams about the flea circus as the fleas cheer. Mona says it must have been the chemicals as the flea tries to tame Dad. Some fleas then do some flips as another flea lifts up the clock. Mona is stunned as they chuck the clock. They rush to the car as they find a bunch of fleas in there as well. The fleas mess around as they tickle Fang. They chop down the telephone post as Dad then wakes up. He asks if everything is okay as Mona says it is under control. Mona then calls the groomer for some advice as he suggests garlic. He says fleas can't stand the stuff as Mona then gets surrounded by fleas, but she pours a bunch of spices on them. The fleas fix the place up as they don't want to be hit with garlic. So Mona is asleep as Mom comes in and gives Fang a pill to stop the fleas. Mona says it must be garlic as Mona heads back to sleep. She dreams up all the fleas leaving as the episode ends. In conclusion, Mona the Vampire is a bit of classic kids animation. It was very funny even though the storylines were a bit far-fetched, but it was good for kids as Mona had a wild imagination. This is a must-watch as I grew up on this and it is still up there for me. So thank you for watching. If you have any TV shows you like to see me do, put them in the comments.